All right. Well, why don't we start with everybody introducing themselves and what your relationship is to the project?
All right. Okay.
Cool. I'm Alexander. I'm the music director and the co-composer for Mouserable.
The Mouse Lab. I am Anna. This happened to me in real life, and I'm a co-director of the piece.
And I'm Frank, and I am married to this one, and and I'm the co-director and co-playwright of the piece.
Great. And then with the same energy and enthusiasm as your pitch to us, to Wade and me, can you describe what the story is behind this piece?
I am happy to describe what happened. One day in 2016, well, let me rewind a little bit. I am a person who loved all the small creatures of the world. I looked up to Giselle from Enchanted, so I loved small creatures. However, when we first got married, our home was inhabited by many mice, and so our pest control folks may have put out some sticky traps. So one day in 2016, I came home and there was a little mouse on the sticky trap. And so I wanted to save it, but I also panicked. So the first thought in my brain was, I can free it with this fork that I'm pulling out of my drawer. So I went and I grabbed the mouse trap, the little sticky trap, and I decided that I was going to try to free its little feet. And when I started to pry its feet, it started to scream at me in its little mouse way because I was breaking its legs. And the problem is, I tried multiple legs to see if a different one would come off. So after breaking a few of this mouse's legs, I'm at that point sobbing. And I realized now there's no hope for this mouse. I need to mercy kill it so it doesn't suffer. So the first thing I thought to do, which was the only thing I thought to do, was throw a Clorox wipe on top of the mouse and then punch it to death on my kitchen floor
In heels.
while wearing heels. I was still in full corporate work garb. So I punched the mouse until it stopped moving and making sound. And then I sobbed and then I called Frank who was getting ready to go on stage for a show, and I left him a voicemail that he used to share with people when I met them, to say, "This is my wife." And it was me sobbing, begging him to never get a sticky trap in our house ever again. And so that story was told to Alexander over the summer, for some reason.
Yeah.
And Alexander was like, "We need to make that into a puppet show." And here we are. Here we are. Thus is the story of Les Miserables.
Oh, well, that answers the next question about why puppets to tell this story. So can you briefly just talk about your XBT experience with this so far in
Yes,
making it?
and making it.
Yeah, it's been super exciting. We started with a draft script, and the script was very like the big points of just like, hey, this is how it started. This is what happens next. The trying to free the mouse, and then the next thing we know, we're at like the end, and like it was really interesting as a process of like we have so many volunteers that were excited because it's a musical. 1, 2, 3, and
Scurry not, poor John Parmesan, for the sticky trap shall bring forth your demise.
like the musical element kind of just elevates the whimsy of this tragic story. Because originally it very much was she wants to save the mouse, but she's killing the mouse. But now it's she wants to save the mouse. The mouse is named Jean Parmesan, which is great. It's just the whimsy, the cheese of it all, the chaos. There's just so much more levity in how dark it is. And so it's been really exciting to kind of watch the pieces slowly come together. We have amazing puppet builders
Yes.
and amazing illustrators that really want to pour their heart and soul into this. And then we also have some composers as well that really want to bring this to like kind of a Broadway level, I
Oh,
feel, which is really exciting because the music, the goal is for the music to kind of take you there. And so everyone's really excited to see this is going to be like our third rehearsal. We have music. This is going to be the first time that we actually really see everything on its feet and kind of get the machine running as far as, aside from like a lot of the devising work that we were doing before, like now today we're going to have like a clear idea of how absolutely bonkers this is going to be. So it's been really fun.
Yes. And we're really pumped about being able to show the mouse's perspective with puppets. Because who knows what that poor little creature was thinking.
Who knows what he was thinking?
I only heard him squeaking at me. So we just had to imagine, what was he squeaking
Yeah.
when he was screaming?
Was he what is the word meant, not hallucinating? Was he hallucinating from the pain? You know? Do mice know what this is like? Do they talk amongst themselves and it's like, oh, when you get caught on a sticky trap, that's a red flag. Like, what is mouse culture when it comes to traps and things like that? And we get to kind of illustrate that with this. And so it's really exciting.
I would imagine that there are intelligent, sentient, or semi-sentient animals because that all the testing, medicinal testing, is done on mice. So, I mean, the torture and the thought process behind for this mouse might be, yeah, it's an interesting thing to explore. So, yeah, I can't wait to see this.
One other thing I should shout out crazy is when we pitched the piece, there were people in the room that raised their hands and said, I am a mouse expert. I work with mice. And so we've had people who work with mice giving us feedback on different aspects of mouseness. And that has been so cool. So we have mouse dramaturgs that are part of the project.
And we're incorporating a lot of that into like the set design and lighting design and stuff.
The
So,
colors and everything.
Wow.
Since mice don't see certain colors, and yeah, it's been fun.
Oh, wow. This might be the first time a mouse dramaturg might be credited into a program.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have to put it
Yeah,
exactly that
yeah.
way. That's typing.
It's time for them to get their flowers.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, let's go down the line, and if each of you can explain what your history with XPT is or puppetry is, and then what your relationship with puppetry is now. And XPT is experimental puppetry theater for the watching audience.
Sure. Frank?
Uh,
Take it away. Frank.
First.
I'm the least exciting one in it.
That's true.
I only experience I've ever had with XPT is through Anna when she did it, the first year she did it, which was what, like 2-3 years ago. And it was just really cool to see her, get advice to like, hey, if you want to get more into puppetry and work more at the center, do XPT, and then to see her like take off like that is really cool. So like anything that I know from puppetry, it's between her and things she's taught me, and then I've taken like a couple workshops at the center. So still green in that respect. But yeah.
I pulled him into the puppet world. It was my master plan.
Got him.
The puppet master. So there
The
you go.
puppet master plan.
I mean, that's what love is all about anyway.
It's true. And that's XP is such a good XPT pulls people in. It's like, come on in, just do a little poetry, just try it out. It's such a great collection of minds and people who are excited about it, but then what a tangible way to get experience. Which is, do you have anything else to say?
No.
Okay.
I feel like your story is like, yeah.
It's way back when I decided, way back as though it wasn't 4 years ago. 4 years ago, I decided to kind of transition into puppetry, and I met with Raymond Carr. And I remember one of the things he said is, you need to go do XPT. So I said, okay. And then I didn't do XPT for like a year and a half. I was like, it didn't work my schedule, whatever. And I remembered being like, he said, do XPT. So 2 years ago, I think, 2 times ago, I was like, I'm going to do XPT. And so one, it was so fun to be able to collaborate the way that XPT is. Like I learned so much. I was able to be a part of multiple projects, a couple that were filming and then a couple that were live. And I just I knew I loved puppetry at that point, but then I really fell in love with the performance of it. Being able to do the live show was like so impactful for me. And through XBT, I was able to I got the opportunity to audition for Rudolph at the center, and then I ended up booking Rudolph that year. And since I've been able to work in puppetry as a puppeteer, which is like so fun. So XBT was sort of my springboard of experience. I learned from so many great people that year. They taught me the puppetry community is very open about sharing skills, and I love that about this community. And so, yeah, XBT was my origin story, sort of. Yeah. How about you?
I love that story.
Yeah.
But I also hearing it for the first time, I'm just like, wow, mine is the opposite of that.
Right.
like XPT was this wonderful thing that I found out pretty late in my journey as like an Atlanta puppeteer. Like I started here 4 years ago. Oh my god, it's my 4 year anniversary. My first show was Duke Ellington's Cat. And I've just really been passionate about staying in this building, whether it's by sneaking in or what have you. And they've just been bringing me back, and I'm extremely grateful. And I got to work with Anna for the first time. We were doing Sesame Street the musical, which was an incredible experience. But from that, I was able to like meet Raymond, and then I heard more about XBT, and then Anna told me the story of the mouse, and I was like, that's what should happen. like
Truly.
and like it's been so incredible since then because like XBT is such an amazing opportunity for people that are just on the fence about puppetry. Like, and it's something that you would think is really intimidating, but it's such a phenomenal community builder. Like, it just gets people excited. It challenges people's expectations of what puppetry is and can be.
Mhm.
And it really allows people to play with literally a plastic chair, literally a piece of cardboard. And, like, you know what? Take a piece of cardboard, chop it up into whatever shape you want, whether that's a mouse or a triangle, and give it a voice. And that's what XPT can be. And it's that with your friends. And it's just so fun.
That's awesome. Yes, those are experiences.
Yeah, I mean, now I try and tell people it's like XPT gets addictive. That's why I've been doing it since 2009. And then you make friends, forever friends.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's a great pitch. So thank you so much. What are you what are you expecting people to get out of after watching your piece?
A lot.
Yeah.
I would say, I a good time. Entertainment is always at the core, or at least we try to make sure that's at the core of, what we try to do, just because, life in the world is what it is. So whatever we can do to help people escape for a bit. So some laughter, if you cry, some crying, but overall, really good. I mean, it may be a little wet from like, maybe some blood spurts or something. I don't know.
I don't have to plug that. I'm so glad.
Just,
Yeah, you never.
a very immersive experience, So yeah,
All right, we're gonna have to let people know there's a splash zone.
Yes,
yeah,
please do.
yeah,
Okay.
If all goes according to plan, then
yes.
Industrial spray bottles
Yep.
has come up in rehearsal.
Never
Okay.
know.
I can't wait. It's gonna be an emotional journey.
That is the hope.
Yep.
That is the hope.
that is true.
Is there anything else that you want to convey to the viewer or the audience about XBT or your piece in general?
I do want to mention our piece is a musical. And our piece is extreme satire. Like it's gonna be really special. And like I'm really excited to see everyone's like passion and hard work and dedication really come together. Cause like we've been excited about this project since the pitch, like since even before the pitch,
Before the
since last
pitch.
summer. But like having everyone involved since the pitch, it's just been like constant excitement.
Mhm.
And so yeah, we're really jazzed to see what type of mayhem we could cause with our mischief. Fun
Yes.
fact, a mischief is what they call a group of
A group
mice.
of mice.
Mouse GIF.
Mouse
mouse
GIF.
GIF.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, how many mouse and cheese puns have you fit in so far?
Just have to
you,
you'll
you have to wait and breathe.
Wait and
Oh.
breathe.
Haha.
Did we have about a 30-minute specific part of one of our meetings just talking about this? Yes.
yeah.
Yes, we did.
Study up on your cheeses
Yes.
if you're out there and you want to catch them.
Yeah.
Yep.
We pulled
Some of
out
the characters are
cheeses.
even named after cheeses.
They
some
might
of
be.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
They might breathe.
They might breathe.
Be
They
prepared.
might be prepared.
Yep.
Awesome. This is amazing. I can't wait.
We're so pumped. Come to XPT. I think that's our. Come see XPT.
Yes, come. It's a demand. All right. Thank you so much. I'll let you get back to rehearsal. See
All
you
right.
soon.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.